Hello, I am Solaj Alfred. Welcome to the Hts Epoll. It's your opportunity to weigh in on the most pressing issues of the day. The Epoll is brought to you by Flow for the moments that move us.
All for great savings, right? Flow gives you up to $80 a month off your mobile by just adding it to your home bundle. Enjoy the fastest internet speeds and free mobile calls from your home phone, plus HBO and free internet speed upgrade. That's more value while you spend less. Switch today. Bundle and save up to $80 a month off your mobile. Call us at 1-800-804-2994 or visit us in store. Flow, keeping you connected. Terms and conditions apply.
St. Lucia is one of the world's most tourism-reliant nations, with tourism accounting for about 65% of the nation's gross domestic product, GDP, before the COVID-19 pandemic. Prime Minister Alan Shastney has argued that there is no replacement for tourism on the horizon and that the economy can diversify around the tourism industry. Others have argued that the heavy reliance on tourism makes St. Lucia vulnerable to the slightest shocks in the industry, as in the case of the current COVID-19 pandemic. So we asked, should St. Lucia work towards lessening its reliance on tourism? We tallied the numbers on our voting platforms, and here is how you voted. 76% said yes and 24% said no. We also took to the streets to get your opinion, and here's what you had to say.
What you mean? I believe so, Yeah, man, because although the bus drivers does benefit from it and taxi drivers benefiting from it and thing, a lot of our local suppliers benefiting from the tourists and thing, but I believe we, relying too much on tourism. We can go into something else, We have lots of things. We can go back to the bananas, the green gold. You mean? Yeah, man, that can have us back on track. Because look now, the COVID-19 strike, and we don't have no tourists coming in. We're starving. You mean? So we have to do something.
We have all our eggs in this basket, and the basket is broken, and and now we're in a pickle. We gave a hotel here $25 million. And we are giving our people $500. This is not fair. This is not right. We should have diversified a long time ago. And we have a $400 million bill which we share with the tourist industry. We should be feeding ourselves. This is a small, excuse me, this is a small fertile island, and yet we're not feeding ourselves. We should be feeding ourselves by now.
Tourism is important, but I think we should engage in other things. COVID has taught us to diversify in other things.
It's not something to be relying on, tourism, because it's true, tourists bring in some incomes, but we should more rely on our agricultural product and project. That is the thing I believe that can push St. Lucia forward, because, for instance, that COVID business coming to power there, and then tourists are coming, and we are the ones to feed our country and to do what we have to do for our people.
Our main industry was banana, but right now we've forgotten about the banana industry, and our main focus is on tourism. But with this pandemic, with the COVID-19 pandemic, it has taught us a lot as not to be dependent on only one thing, but we have to be focused on other things as well. And we need to bring the banana industry back alive.
To be honest, what else do we have to export? Do we have oil or even metals? We don't have anything else aside from food, bananas, a few crops here and there. Our only option is tourism. We can try to diversify around the idea of tourism, around other things, but at the end of the day, even a taxi vehicle just driving by, all of these people are heavily reliant on tourism. So at the end of the day, we need to focus more on making that even more reliable, so that we don't have to feel like, we should look into other forms of generating revenue.
Because tourism is the mainstay. What else can you put in place of? What can replace tourism? That the taxi drivers, the farmers, the fishers can depend on. Because everybody depends on tourism. The link is right there. So we have to, we need tourism, and we need to. I believe it's going to come back. It's going to take a little time. We have to be patient. It will come back, because we really need this. Unless we can come with something more viable that can bring in the economic relief that we need. For now, tourism is the mainstay.
But right now, banana is going down and there's no sign of banana going up at all. Now, if we did like St. Vincent, have a ferry, exporting our crops to the neighboring island, then, things would be better. We could diversify around it. But for now, tourism is the main source right now. It's the only thing we can depend on.
Like you put all eggs in one basket. When that basket crash, all go to waste. You have nothing remain. In terms of what happened with the COVID-19 and the tourist market crash, all of us are suffering. But if we do a little more industrial manufacturing, we do a little more in agriculture, then them resources come together, then we could overpower the tourism. But if we rely on tourism, today or tomorrow, my son or somebody else's son will have no breakfast on the table.
Thanks for those responses. Now to our new discussion. The government of Barbados has signaled its intention to, quote, recognize a form of civil unions for couples of the same gender, end quote. The Barbados government has committed to the public deciding the matter through a referendum. So we ask, should St. Lucia follow Barbados' example and put the matter of same-sex marriage to a public vote? Voting is easy. Just log on to htstlucia.org or Facebook at HTS St. Lucia Official and vote. You can also send your response via text or WhatsApp to 584-4HTS. That's 584-4487. For Flow handset owners, as a reminder of your special voting platform. From your Flow handset, text your Epoll response to 487. Press 1 to vote yes, 2 for no, 3 no comment, and 4 I don't know. Join the discussion from your Flow device and get the opportunity to win weekly prizes. And our Epoll team is always on the go to get your responses as well. Watch the HTS News Force from 7 p.m. for the results and a new discussion.